Can I get everyone to mute their microphones, please?
Good morning. This is the Bastrop County Court at Law, March 2nd, 2021. The court calls cause number 2020086 in the interest of Randolph and Davis children. Mr. Nizenblatt, would you like to make any opening statement?
Yes, Your Honor. The department is ready to proceed. At this time, the department is seeking the conservatorship to Veronica Davis, be with their current placement, I believe is Barbara Anderson. And the department is seeking the termination of the parental rights to Stevie Randolph so that he can be adopted by this placement.
Okay.
We believe this is in best interest of these children. Given their ages, we believe that this is an appropriate plan.
Mr. Moore, would you like to make your appearance and any opening statement?
Yes, Your Honor. Good morning. Richard Moore, appointed ad litem for the children. I mean, to just cut the chase, I guess I'm in agreement with that, both the conservatorship and the termination. I think that's in the best interest of the children as well.
Okay. Mr. Collins?
Morning, Your Honor. David Collins. I represent Father Joshua Randolph. I do not believe he's present. I'm announcing not ready because he's not present. I believe it's been cite by pub as far as Mr. Randolph, but I'm asking the court to deny the state's request for termination of the parental rights of Joshua Randolph.
Mr. Nizenblatt, you may proceed.
Yes, Your Honor. I'd like to call Gabrielle Tynert.
Okay, would all the potential witnesses raise your right hands, please? Do you swear the testimony you give in this cause will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? Okay, you may proceed.
Ms. Tynert, will you please state your full name and your role in this case?
Gabrielle Tynert. I am the CPS conservatorship worker for Scott Davis and Veronica Davis.
And what is the department's plan regarding Veronica, or request regarding Veronica Davis?
Our request is to have PMC given to caregivers Barbara Anderson and Rosa. She's been placed there. She's very familiar with them, and we would like for Scott Randolph to for his parental rights to be terminated.
Okay. And regarding Veronica Davis, how old is she?
She is 15.
And who are the biological parents for Veronica Davis?
Michael Davis and Patricia Davis.
Okay. And have they been served in this case? Ms. Tyner, did you hear my question?
I'm sorry, did I lose you? Yes, I responded. Yes, Patricia Davis and Michael Davis were served in this case.
Okay. And why is the department requesting that PMC be given to this placement, Barbara Anderson and Rosa? Hello, Ms. Tyner? Oh,
PMC be given to this placement because Mother Patricia Davis has done absolutely no services for either of the has communicated with me sporadically. Yes.
Judge, this is Collins real quick. Is it possible to have Ms. Tyner call in on the number? We might be better if the video is messing up, we might have a better luck with the phone line.
Okay. Ms. Tyner, can you call in and we take your testimony that way?
Yes, sir.
And I had no opposition to phone testimony, Your Honor.
I'm in the waiting room.
hey, Gabby, you're going to need to disconnect from your video because we're getting an echo.
Okay, Ms. Tyner, you're now present on the live audio.
Yes, sir, I am.
Okay, Mr. Nisenblatt, you may continue.
I'm going to ask that question again, Ms. Tyner. Thank you, Your Honor. I'm going to ask that question again, Ms. Tyner. Why is the department seeking conservatorship for Veronica Davis?
Absolutely, and I'm terribly sorry. We are seeking PMC for Veronica Davis because Mother Patricia Davis has participated in exactly no services during the course of this case. She's not visiting the child unless at the urging of her sister, the caregiver. Father, Michael Davis, is in very frequent communication with his daughter. However, he is not at a place where he is able to take her into his custody or care at the time. He's on very good terms with the caregivers, and they have a very good relationship as far as, she has unsupervised visits with him and a good relationship, but he's not stable for her at this time.
Okay. And is it your understanding from Mr. Michael Davis that this is what he's desiring?
It is. That is my understanding.
And do you believe that this PMC to Ms. Anderson is in the best interest of this child?
I do. This placement allows her to be with her brother. They are very bonded. They have a really good relationship with the caregivers. And she very much enjoys being with her younger brother.
Okay. And regarding her younger brother, his name is Scott Randolph, correct?
Yes, sir, it is.
Okay, and how old is Scott?
He is 1.
And when was he placed in this current placement?
He has been in the current placement since the start of the case. He went from the hospital to the placement, actually, following his birth.
Okay, so is this the only home he's known?
It is.
Okay, and are these the only caregivers he's known?
It is, yes, sir.
And regarding your statement on Patricia Davis and services, would that be correct regarding services for the entire case?
Yes, for the case in its entirety. We have not had access to get her to do any of our requested services.
Okay. And has there been a service plan made in order of this court for more than 9 months?
Yes, sir, it has.
And has Miss Patricia Davis put forth any effort to attach or bond with this child?
With Scott, no, she has not.
And who was the biological father for Scott Randolph?
Joshua Randolph?
And have you had any communication with Joshua Randolph?
I I have not. There was he was present for a phone call with Miss Patricia Davis towards the beginning of the case. Both parents at that point in early February had wanted to relinquish rights to Scott Randolph and allow Barbara and Rosa to take custody of him. However, they both failed to sign the relinquishment paperwork.
So it appears that Joshua Randolph knew how to get a hold of you.
That's correct, yes.
Okay. And has he made any effort since February of 2020 to get a hold of you?
No, sir, he has not.
Has he provided you with any information for you to get a hold of him?
No, he has not.
Has he made any effort to bond with the child, Scott Randolph?
He has not at all, no.
And has he engaged in any services on the service plan made an order of this court?
He has not.
Your Honor, at this time, the department would request the court take judicial notice of the publication return of service on January 29th of 2021.
Any objection?
I believe I've been tendered at, Your Honor, so I have no objection.
No objection, Your Honor.
Okay, I will.
And Ms. Tyner, do you believe it's in the best interest for this of the child, Scott Randolph, the parental rights of Patricia Davis and Joshua Randolph be terminated?
I do, yes, sir.
And do you believe these children, their emotional and physical needs are being met by Ms. Anderson and Rosa?
Exceptionally met, yes.
And do you believe it'd be in their best interest to remain in this placement and for Scott Randolph to be adopted by this placement?
I do.
Do you have any concerns for these children with placement?
I have no concerns for either child in this placement.
And if the court were to grant the termination of the parental rights for Scott Randolph and the conservatorship regarding Veronica Davis, would these siblings be able to stay together?
They would, yes, sir.
Pass this witness.
Mr. Moore, do you have any questions?
I do not, Your Honor.
Mr. Collins, do you have any questions?
I do, Your Honor. So Scott, Joshua Randolph was cited by a pub. What did you or the department do to try to locate Mr. Randolph?
Sure. So I have conducted a finder search for Mr. Randolph with no current addresses being found, nor no current phone numbers. I do know that he is transient and occasionally lives with Miss Patricia Davis. It's my understanding that they've moved from a couple of different homeless camps. I have tried to contact him via Miss Patricia Davis's phone number. I have continuously run records checks on him to determine if he is incarcerated, so I might be able to visit with him that way. I looked him up on CAD websites to determine if he had any land owned, to name a few. I believe that might be it.
Were there any other relatives of Mr. Randolph that you were able to talk to try to ascertain a better location for him?
There were none found in the finder search, and that might be based on generally limited information that we were given. But I also looked in impact in our system, and there was nothing found that would have connected him to anybody who had current address or phone number for him.
And since you had this case going back to around February of 2020, did you have conversations with Miss Davis up until this time frame? If you understand what
I did. It was sporadic, but I did have conversations with her. We were continuously trying to encourage her. Both myself and her sister Barbara is a wonderful support for her. Miss Anderson actually provides cell phone service for Miss Patricia Davis and make sure that when she wanders, she has food and that she's taken care of. So I had infrequent access to Miss Davis,
okay,
but she.
So in the times that you've had communications with Miss Davis, did you ask her about Mr. Randolph or his location, or more better information to be able to locate him?
Yes, sir. At every point, at every time we spoke, I would inquire about him, and if I was able to talk with him via her, or if she could set up a time for me to talk with him when she was with him next. She would just continuously tell me that he doesn't want anything to do with the case, and that he would prefer to just not have anything to do with me or the department.
Did you, so Miss Davis' family was helpful with her with some, did you have an opportunity to talk to any of Miss Davis's family as to if they knew any locating information for Mr. Randolph that would have enabled the department to make contact with him?
So I know that we have generalized information, but no, we never were able to get a specific location as to where they might be. They were very transient, so they were moving pretty quickly. As soon as we would get a location, we would, spot her in a different area, or note that she had moved to a different spot.
In regarding the attempts to locate Mr. Randolph, do you and the department believe that you and the department did everything you possibly could to try to make contact and maintain contact with Mr. Randolph?
I do, yes.
And then, and if contact had been made, department was ready to offer Mr. Randolph services?
I was, yes, sir.
And looking back since the time that you had this case, do you believe that there's anything differently that you or the department could have done differently where we would be at a different outcome this morning regarding the father, Joshua Randolph?
No, I don't believe so. I don't believe so. His intentions were made clear to me from the start of the case.
I pass the witness, Your Honor.
Okay, Mr. Nisenblatt, any further questions for this witness?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. Any further testimony?
Yes, Your Honor. From Ms. Barbara Anderson.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Ms. Anderson, have you heard the testimony today by the caseworker, Gabrielle Tynert?
I have.
And do you understand the department has kind of has different requests for each of the children?
I do.
And are you in agreement with those requests?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And understanding that for Scotty Randolph, we're asking that you be named, or that you be the adoptive home for the child.
That is correct.
And is it your intent and wishes today to be the forever home for this child?
Absolutely.
And you'll provide managing conservatorship. Basically, you'll be in the parental role for the older child, Veronica Davis.
Absolutely. Again. Yes, sir.
And do you believe you can meet their emotional and physical needs now and in the future?
Forever.
Okay. Pass this witness. Thank you.
Moore, do you have any questions for this witness?
I do not, Your Honor.
Mr. Collins, do you have any questions for this witness?
No additional questions, Your Honor.
Next witness?
The department reserves questions after CASA's report.
Mr. Moore, do you have any testimony to present?
No specific testimony, Your Honor. I certainly have a closing statement, but no particular testimony at this time.
Okay. Mr. Collins, do you have any testimony to present?
I do not, Your Honor.
Okay. CASA?
Well, I have Alicia Elam on the phone. I'm not sure if she's able to come in, but I can certainly provide what our recommendation is.
Ms.
I mean,
Elam?
Your Honor, CASA wholeheartedly believes it's in the best interest for both of these children with the two separate plans. Veronica has made it very clear that she wants to maintain the relationship with her father. Therefore, she felt like she does not want to be adopted, but she wants to keep her relative, her aunt's home as her permanent placement. I visited last week. Ever since this case has began, CASA has been fully engaged with both children on this case. So the PMC option for Veronica is in her best interest. For Scotty, the aunts are the only home he's ever known, and I also feel it's in his best interest for the aunt to adopt him and that continue to be his forever home.
Mr. Nisenblatt, do you have any questions?
Excuse me, Your Honor. No, Your Honor, we're supportive of that report.
Mr. Moore, do you have any questions?
I do not, Your Honor.
Mr. Collins, do you have any questions?
I don't, Your Honor.
Mr. Nisenblatt, would you like to make any closing argument?
Just briefly, Your Honor, I believe that the plan the department has presented to the court in its request is in the best interest of these children, as stated just now by CASA. We want to keep that relationship between Veronica Davis and her father, but still allow her to have a safe and appropriate placement and loving placement. As far as Scotty Randolph, this is his home. It's the only caregivers he's known. It's who he's attached to, and neither parent has really put forth any effort to attach. And I think that's the first step. And I believe it's in the best interest of these children that the department's requests and the plans put forth are in the best interest of these children.
Mr. Moore?
Your Honor, I'm in agreement with that. You know, the placement of the children in a familial home like this, and such a great home that allows not only for a safe and secure and loving environment, but some visitation from biological parents as well. I mean, that's a fantastic thing. It doesn't discount the lack of effort and participation by some parents in the services. So I am absolutely in favor of the department's recommendation, both of conservatorship, placement, and eventual adoption, as well as the termination of the rights as requested.
Mr. Collins?
Thank you, Your Honor. I'd ask the court to deny the state's request to terminate the parental rights of Father Joshua Randolph. If the court does feel it's in the best interest of the child to do so, that it just be on the grounds of failure to work services.
All right. The court, with regard to Scott Randolph, the court will find that the statutory prerequisites to termination of parental rights on all the grounds pled have been proven by clear and convincing evidence. It is in the best interest of the child that both parents' parental rights be terminated, and they are hereby terminated. With regard to Veronica Davis, the court will name the current placement as permanent managing conservator. Anything further?
No, Your Honor.
No, Your Honor.
Okay, this
No,
will
sir.
conclude the hearing. Good luck.